If you're in payroll, benefits, or compliance, you know how quickly those headaches can pile up. But with Deal, it doesn't have to be that way. Deal PEO makes hiring in the U.S. simple.
And right now, you can get up to 3 months free. Just head over to deal.com/workdefined. That's DEEL.com/WRK defined. Welcome back, folks. It's another episode of It's About Payroll. We're going to have a very fun holiday edition this week. But before we get into it, like always, my brother, what's going on, sir?
Man, I am good, blessed, excited, man. Just ready to go. It's year in.
Yes.
Tax season's coming across the goal line and stuff like that. Man. So I'm good, excited for new opportunities, excited for, I think there was a post that I put on IG. I think you liked it. Like waking up another day.
Yes.
Is another opportunity.
Yes, of course.
And like we take that for granted sometimes. Just wake up and be able to have all of our bodily functions in order.
That's right.
A roof over our head,
That's
clothes
right.
on our back, vehicles.
Yep.
And somebody who just lost everything.
Imagine, heaven forbid, man.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things. One, I just saw a post, it was similar, right? And it was like, you know how IG, you could slide it like a carousel. And one of them was like, oh, how lucky you are to be bloated after eating a full Thanksgiving meal. How lucky you are to be warm on a cold day. Things like that, right? So,
bro, like hot water. People don't have hot water.
Yeah.
Places,
That's right. So or heat, or air conditioning, or you know what I mean? Comfort, period. Right? Yep. So one of the things I do when I get up now is gratitude. Right? Immediately align with gratitude. I'm thankful for, I'm grateful for. And then another one I just saw, a post that I liked was, don't pick up your phone for the first hour after you get up. How many times, right? We get up and not even thinking, right? We just pick up our phone, just looking at emails, looking at we might put it right back down. But what it said is you're programming your mind for that anxiety already. You're getting that anxiousness already of, and I was like, I love this. I'm not. So I've been intentionally not pick. I look at the time and that's it. And I'm not opening my phone.
I saw something like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I forget her name, but we've seen many posts by her. I think she has blonde hair, wears glasses.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Her name escapes me right now.
Yeah, me too. But she talks about how she like rags to riches type deal.
Yeah, yes. And like how she takes her phone and plugs it in the other room.
Yes.
Or it's the charge in the other room. So when she wakes up, it's not the first thing she grabs.
Yes.
But I do it too. I turn over. And, right. I was on my phone for a look at.
Yep.
Instantly want to go scrolling.
Yep. Exactly. You're scrolling before you even get out of bed. You don't even think about it sometimes. And now I'm catching myself like, whoa, stop. So I love that. Building these little good habits into the routine in the mornings, man. So man. So what else? So we're gonna do a fun show today. We got a few different topics because we were like, wait, let's talk about a bunch of things. We've been wanting to talk about all these things. Yeah, right. We were like, let's just put it in one show. Little mashup, exactly. But before that, let's get into some news. What you got for us?
Yeah, so I have a article for justice.gov. It's about 12 individuals who were charged for participating in a conspiracy to commit bank fraud by depositing stolen checks and withdrawing the proceeds. So the scheme ran from March 2023 through May of 2025. They stole checks issued by the U.S. Department of the Treasury and commercial checks.
$11 million.
$11 million, man.
And it fits that 2-year, 18-month mark. And this is not even internal fraud. This is just some fraud period. Like, it's crazy how long it takes for it to happen. It's long enough for people to get comfortable and then they get caught.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And look, so the charge is conspiracy to commit bank fraud. The penalty is up to 30 years in prison and fines up to $1 million. So there are multiple agencies that were involved: the FBI, Homeland Security,
that's right,
the IRS, the criminal investigation of the arm of the IRS.
FinCEN probably had to be. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So all these different things were involved, and so they did it during COVID.
Wow.
It started during COVID, so they exploited those relief programs.
I was gonna say, because
that
how they getting like this day and age, you don't even get checked anymore, and like how are they doing? Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
bro. 12 people were charged in the scheme.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it, man.
yeah, no doubt, good one. I got one. Oh, crypto stuff always catches my eye, and this one, let me see if I can find the little breakdown of it. So it's from an article called Piety. Is that how you? I put the word in the doc. Is that how you, piety?
Piety?
It has a reference to religion. The piety. So piety. First of all, not a great name for the token. I feel like you got to be able to pronounce things easily. But is launching on Uniswap on Ethereum at a specified time. They describe this phase one as rollout, enable price discovery. The token is positioned not just as a speculative crypto asset, but as one anchored in real world business activity, payroll, company deposits, and member spending inside the URME United Ecosystems, is I guess a particular company's ecosystem or a conglomerate. The concept is businesses convert payroll into piety, employees receive pay in token form, debit cards, bill pay, and integrate into usage so that tokens flow from real economic activity. It is more into, there's more to it. There's so much into it, but I'm going to break down the comparison to the regular crypto, right? So here's how it compares to more typical cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ether, etc. The feature backing an intrinsic value. A typical crypto are not backed by real world assets. Their value is based on a network effect, scarcity, or tokenomics. Piety, yeah, tokenomics. I mean, it's more like whatever Bitcoin built its own thing on scarcity, basically, right? Okay. Other platforms are building it on like different usage or things like that. So that's a typical crypto. Piety tokens claims backing via real assets, gold, real estate, and business operations, and payroll flow. So yeah, exactly. So another feature of a crypto is utility and real world integration. Typical cryptos, some tokens have very limited real world usage. Many rely on trading and speculation, much like the stock market. Piety's pitch is that it emphasizes integration with payroll, debit cards, bill pay, business deposits. If executed, that is a stronger real world utility case. Okay. Supply and scarcity model. Typical crypto, typically predefined supply or inflation schedule. For example, Bitcoin 21 million, Ether, dynamic, etc. Piety has a fixed supply of 3.1 billion, a small initial float, large reserve to be deployed via ecosystem, and then the scarcity emphasized. Okay. A value driver is another feature, and typical crypto is a speculation, network growth, usage on blockchain, fees, and DeFi yields, decentralized finance yields. Piety claims value driver is business payroll volume, transactional flow, asset reserves, non-speculative demand. So it all these things is I don't know. It's a little, it's interesting. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Dig in, like, folks. This stuff just catches my eye because it's, wait a minute, doing what now? Here's the wrap up. More overall assessment. Piety token presents a bold and differentiated vision, combining payroll flows, asset backing, real business operations, and total utility beyond mere speculation. It's interesting and potentially valuable if executed well. However, it also carries a significant execution, adoption, regulatory, and transparency risks compared to more mature cryptocurrencies. It's less of a general purpose store of value token like Bitcoin and more of a specialized token tied into specific ecosystem, payroll plus business plus trust plus real asset backing. If you believe in the underlying business ecosystem of the CBF Bank and Trust and the payroll conversions and the company, and if it can deliver, the token could benefit from utility-driven demand rather than hype alone. On the flip side, if the ecosystem fails to deliver, the token could face serious challenges. So, it's just one of those things that trying to build something that has payroll involved. What I kind of want to know a little bit more about is like how does payroll even become a thing and involved in the conversation just on the flow of payroll. And the article is interesting, but it's still it leaves more question than understanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I was like, oh,
what? Yeah, why is it? What are you talking about? And I mean, because I kind of get some of how crypto works, but they're redefining how crypto works and creating something totally different. Yeah. So for those curious out there, those payroll nerds out there, we could dig in. But yeah, man, let's get into it.
Right, man. We have some wonderful topics to get into. So the first one we're going to touch on is off-cycle pains.
Okay.
So like why this conversation matters is because off cycles can disrupt everything or impact everything like cash flow, potential workload, payroll accuracy, and employee trust.
Yeah.
If you're always having to process off cycles,
because you got errors. Yeah, that's not
error, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into the key pain points of off cycles. So
do it.
I'll go ahead and start it off.
All right.
So number one, operational strain. So in some systems, this says that off cycles can take 2 to 4 times longer than a normal payroll transaction because of manual review, exception handling, and validation. I can see how that can happen. 63% of payroll teams say that unplanned off cycles are a top 3 cause of burnout.
Wow.
Right. So how many of you listening, can attribute some of your workload or maybe a little burnout to processing a bunch of off cycles, especially if you have a large population that you service?
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Number 2 is compliance risk, right? So late final pay penalties can cost, like in California, for instance.
Yep.
You can pay a daily penalty up to 30 days of wages. Same thing with Colorado, waiting time penalties and additional damages.
Yep.
Incorrect reissues can trigger year-end reporting duplicates, and which can lead to W-2Cs and tax amendments. It could just it has a trickle-down effect, right? Well, you want to get into the financial costs?
Yeah, for sure. So the financial cost is each off-cycle cost companies between $25 and $75 per off-cycle on average, and that's according to Ernst & Young Global Payroll Survey, not including lost productivity. Now, what I chimed in here on this one is what I've heard of teams actually have off-cycles built into their regular schedule. Right. I talked to a colleague. Yes, exactly. And that's why that's why I like added that note to this, because I've talked to a colleague that's brought it up in conversation. They were like, we run payroll here, but on, let's say they run payroll on Tuesdays, but on Thursdays, it's planned off cycles. Like they expect it and they plan it in and they build it in. So is it really, I guess you could still argue that it's loss of productivity, but you could also argue that it's good customer service, because you kind of know, no matter what, even if payroll executes perfectly, the system executes perfectly, if you have a manager driven ecosystem, right, and demographic, you can't, and employees.
Yeah, if somebody forgets to clock in or clock out, or forgets to do an edit,
exactly,
doesn't save, or whatever. There's so many different factors that go in.
And you can't, that's beyond the system and payroll, right? It just depends on what type of business and industry you're in that is going to drive that. So I feel like you could argue that that doesn't pull from productivity. It actually is good customer service for your demographic. So just throw it out there, right?
So this next one is kind of like, I definitely want to speak on this one, so I'm going to let you say it.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead.
So multiply that by departments that always need one. Oh, you see, but this is recurring offender. So basically saying each off cycle costs 25 to 75 multiplied by the departments that always need one, in quotes.
Yeah,
and it's a real leak or spillage. So I like to call it spillage.
As the payroll pro, the next step you can take here is alerting the applicable leadership in this case, because that's not if there's always an issue
with the same department.
That's a training thing.
Yes,
that's a people
exactly.
Thing,
right? That's right.
Yeah,
that's a people and process thing that you got to right. There's an education opportunity there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's get into some of the big points about this.
Oh,
all right. So should employees wait until the next cycle for non-critical corrections? What do you feel on that?
I think.
In Walmart's Who Newville, joy started to grow. For online-only savings sure to steal the show. Tech treats and toys so dazzling and new. Walmart Cyber Monday deal soon ready for you. It's online only with very little time to spare. December 1st will soon be here, so be sure to be there. The Who's are prepared. Are you ready too? A day packed with savings. Amazing! Who knew? Subject to availability, terms and fees apply.
We already know, right? I'm going to say, oh, you already know my answer, but not everybody knows the answer. So what Walt and I have learned over the years is that non-critical is relative to the employee, right? So something that we've learned from a leader in the past is 8 hours or $50 to $100 could make or break an employee situation, right? So may not be critical to a high earner, but it's critical to someone who's earning minimum wage.
Yeah, everybody's situation is different, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Because look, somebody's spouse.
That's right. My goodness.
I could make 20,000, but my spouse could make, all the money in the world.
Yep.
Could be a high earner.
Yep.
So we just use my checks, just for
fun,
different things.
Yeah.
For fun, right? And so like that person might be like, you know what, just add it to the next check.
Right.
It's not really going to impact anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have two high earners and they could be living paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
As we know, what's that stat?
Yep.
70% of Americans live
Paycheck to paycheck. Yep.
So yeah, that $50, 8 hours or wherever it is, $100 can really change somebody's life.
That's food for the week. That's gas for the week. That's when I was in New York, it was folks' Metro cards for the week, right? I can't get to work because of that $100. And you couldn't argue with them. Like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'll tell on myself here because I used to have a different mindset because I was just processing. And it wasn't until I became a manager that I started to really see the people side of it.
Yep.
Right. And it's just like, okay. It really started to like,
because now you had to make the decision. Before the decisions were being told to you. You're like, hey, do this, do that.
Yeah, and it was we're always told next payroll.
Yep.
They have to wait no matter what.
Yep.
No matter how much it's paid, next payroll.
Yep.
But when I was in the one, like you said, it was different.
It's different when you have to make the decision. Is right. Is when I've been coming across. So our book is almost ready, right? We're with final edit, and I'm reading over it, and I'm just so excited about it because it says that it explains all these different examples of how payroll pros connect to the people aspect of it and how that changed it, just like you said, right? I wasn't thinking of it until I became a manager and had to make the decisions.
Well, exactly.
And then the people part connected to it. And you realize you impacted somebody's livelihood for that day. And what can I do? Please, please, please. And it just highlights that impact. So the next one is Do off cycles mask deeper process issues, bad onboarding, bad timekeeping, bad HR data?
They
It
could.
could. Yeah.
It depends on the situation.
Yep, that's right. So
Yeah.
once upon a time, we tracked that because folks were saying, well, Brian, Walt, you guys fixed payroll. How come we still have payroll errors? And we were like, we told them the reasons, but like folks didn't, like, it's not even that they didn't believe us. They needed the backup. We needed to be able to point it to actual scenarios with employee names and check dates and things.
So this is I think this is a point that I think a lot of people miss when it comes to off cycles, especially people that are on the outside looking in,
Mm-hmm.
and they say, "Hey, well, I thought you did this audit. I thought
Mm-hmm.
you did that."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yes, we audited, we checked these
Yeah.
things, we checked this. But if there was something wrong, if someone missed the punch,
Yep.
we can't
Yeah.
can't stop payroll.
Exactly. We can't audit the things that we don't know about.
Exactly.
We can't audit for the managers that are not doing so, or the employees that missed punching in a whole day and didn't tell the manager. You know how many times we've gotten that a week later after page? Oh, my employee just told me that he missed a day in pay in last week's check because they didn't punch in and out that day, and I missed it and they missed it, and not a. How are we? Like, you crazy? And you're in a majority part-time situation. It's different if everybody worked full-time hours and every single person worked full-time. Then you could possibly audit for it because everybody's supposed to have a day in and out no matter what. And then you could possibly say, okay, these folks are missing days, answer for it. But if you have a part-time, mostly population, you're not, right? You know what I mean? Like, you can't audit for that. So so does it hide the things? Yeah, it does. It can. Yeah. And and it may be up to you. So to that point, once upon a time, we've had off-cycle trackers. And every time we had to run an off-cycle, it would be why. Every time you had an error after payroll, we had an error log that we tracked errors. Every time we got a payroll error, why? People, person, or process. Or people, system, or process, right? It was one of those things.
Yeah, I could talk about that so much more.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Because some people didn't like the fact that we tracked that because they thought, why I can just look at the system and you could put in a reason. Because some payroll systems, you can put a reason next to the entry.
Okay.
As to why your password's in there.
Nice.
Right? I just do that in the system instead of.
Yeah, but what if you're doing 5 checks and 5 different reasons? You putting it there?
Yeah.
Like that?
Well, yes. Like in one the system I use now.
Okay.
You can put it reason.
Okay, cool. So then you don't have to do the log anymore. If you can report on it, then there you go. Solved.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. Not all systems you could do that though.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Look, man, like I for the listeners, I want to know how you feel about that. Comment on this.
Yeah,
when you're listening
no doubt.
to it, comment on it. Like, let us know how you feel.
Yep.
And to this last debate point, is an off cycle a customer service act or an unsustainable business practice?
So it's just like we said. I think it depends, right? Because is it a customer service act or unsustainable business practice? I think it's an unavoidable business practice. I think sustainable, not sustain. We sustain them now. So unsustainable.
Both can be true.
Yeah, true.
Both can be.
It's a not ideal one, but it is also a customer service act. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. So let's talk about some actionable insights.
No doubt.
You want to go through
this?
this?
Yeah, definitely. So the first one is build a strict off-cycle policy with tiers, critical, urgent, next cycle. Good eye. Okay, not bad. Introduce approval gate and a cutoff calendar. I don't know what that means exactly. Introduce approval gates and the cutoff.
But I think instead of the payroll team just processing the off-cycle willy-nilly, there's like a approval flow or a workflow for that process. At least somebody is looking at the work they're doing. Because how many payroll pros out there, maybe out of the goodness of your heart, have processed an off cycle for someone because of something that you were emailed, and then you get another email the next day or a few hours later
Oh,
saying
to
like,
do
"Oh,
another
I
one.
was
Oh,
giving you wrong information.
oh,
Sorry."
yes, that's happened. Not for.
And then you have to do a void, and you have to do a void, and
In,
all this other stuff.
yes,
Yep.
fair. In some cases, though, a lot of times I was able to tell. No, don't get me wrong, for sure that happens. But some of them I was able to tell, like, I'm gonna give this a day.
Brian has a payroll ESPN.
Right, you got that ESPN, right? When your third eye's open, you'll see it. Like, well, I'm gonna give this a day, and sure enough, and especially the ones they lost their check. We definitely waiting for that.
Yeah, so I think that's what the approval gates need.
Yeah.
And the cutoff calendar, I just like, hey, if you're structured like this, I think that your team knows like, hey, this is the time for us, a lot of time for us to process our cycles and maybe set a communication out.
Right.
Yes, if you have any changes, let us know now. Otherwise, it's going to be on next payroll.
Correct. Okay. The next one is automate exception submissions.
What does that mean?
It means that they need PayQuest. That's what that means. Wait, what? Did you add that one, or did it cover? Like
it came in.
It was the same. Okay, automate exception submission. So I did automate exception submission back in the day, but it was one-off. I did this at School of Visual Arts. My HR director at that time, man, he gave me so much room to build automation. He was just like, automate, and I loved it. One of the things we built was this. Managers were able to submit one-off, like, hey, this person needs a payment. And it was so colleges, like, we've been in education for a while, a stipend, this person taught a class that, like this one professor that works for us normally subbed on another professor's class that wasn't here and blah, blah. So we need to give him a few bucks for that shift or whatever. Yeah. So the chair of that department would submit a payment request for that one-off. Now, what Walt and I are bringing to market is a mass exception submission automation. Now it's coming to market. Look out for PayQuest, because it's going to help folks get rid of some spreadsheets. And it's going to give you some workflow. It's going to give you some accountability, reporting, audit trail, all that good stuff. It's ready to go. Bring it into market. I literally just got to drop an ad. And then the last one is, can new fintech solve for off cycles? I just read that there is and it's a perfect segue to the next subject.
Yeah.
Earned wage access. There's an earned wage access out there, or an earned wage access company out there that is solving for off cycles through the earned wage access for folks that use the system, that use the earned wage access, right?
Great.
So for those who don't have earned wage access built into their process, the employee has to activate it. If every system works like the one that I'm aware of, every employee is kind of signed up for it, but the employee has to do the last step and actually activate it, download the app, and then choose to use it or not, right? So this earned wage access company is saying, hey, we can solve for off cycles if you like also.
Okay.
Right? So that's very interesting, because I'm actually a fan of the built-in planned off cycle, right? Like if you process on Tuesday, but you have a planned off cycle on Thursday, if necessary, or like maybe check dates Friday and you have a planned off cycle for the following Tuesday.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
If you do some post check auditing, if you do or post payroll auditing,
yeah,
you do those different things, and of course that's a great thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's transition over to our next topic: earned wage access, over dependence, or necessity. So what does the research say? It says that 72% of employees using earned wage access.
Say it fast 5 times.
Yeah.
EWA.
The EWA say that it reduces financial stress, right? in an article by Mercer,
Yep.
right? However, frequent EWA use correlates to a 20 to 30% increase in long-term financial instability, according to the Financial Health Network.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that too. It could go both ways.
Yeah,
But
61%.
okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but the numbers are in favor of the folks with the wealth. 72% of success, 30%, 20 to 30% of not. Basically, is what it's saying, right?
Well, yeah. So 61% of EWA users across their who access their wages 3 times or more in a week, that indicates dependency, not emergency use.
Yeah.
So I think what this is trying to say is that EWA was originally made for emergency use, but I don't know if that's true, right? They just want to make it available to the employee. Hey, you earn it, access it, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's also because of the gig economy, right? It became
True.
That's what it really is competing with, or allows employers to compete with, is the gig economy. And again, I've had colleagues and folks in the network that say, no, I have to use it for attraction to get candidates to come, that they won't even go to you. They won't even take the job if they don't have EWA. I like you to say EWA. So, and retention, right? They get access. Look, remember there was an executive a few years ago that we worked with that said that they were at like a trade show conference, industry conference, that said weekly pay was the trend. EWA allows you to do that. Earned Wage Act, EWA allows you to do that. Even if you do biweekly, you can probably just set it up to say, hey, we're only going to allow it on the off weeks to access their pay, right? I would imagine. I haven't dug into the parameters and how you can control it, but you can make it, I'm going to pay biweekly, but if they want to pay themselves every week as well, they can.
Yep.
Right?
No, everybody's situation is different, right? We keep saying that everybody's life, everybody's situation is different.
Look, and if 70% of our paycheck to paycheck, the three plus times a week is indicating dependency, not emergency. If that's correct, but that also doesn't say that they're not financially well.
That doesn't say that. That doesn't imply that. That doesn't. It just say, hey, like it's become I think more so it's saying it's become a way of life for them now.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So let's get into the two sides of this.
Okay.
The necessity argument and the overdependence concern. Right. So the necessity argument, it helps employees cover real gaps like in transportation, childcare, grocery.
Agreed.
It reduces absenteeism by up to 34% in service industries.
Oh, wow. That's a good call out. Because if you don't go to work, you can't pull on pay.
Right.
That's a good one.
Because a lot of companies have set it up as you can only do it on worked hours.
Absolutely. That's the way it should be.
Yes.
Absolutely. I agreed. I didn't even think you could do it on anything else. But okay, that's the way it should be for sure.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. Enjoy comfortable rooms and friendly service when you stay with Hilton instead. Save up to 25% this season when you book with Hilton. Hilton for the stay. Terms apply.
Yeah, and then companies offering EWA see retention improvements of 15% on average.
There you go. And then remember what Rain said, they reduced 401k loans. They saw a correlation of 401k loans dropping because a company implemented Rain particularly, which is an EWA provider. Shout out to our boys at Rain. And And so that was a really good correlation that I liked because that's your retirement money. Folks, you should not be messing with the retirement money. Like, I get we only YOLO, sure. But guess what? If you don't, you live long, you're going to want some retirement money, I was just going to say, let me do the overdependence concern is employees may treat EWA like a payday loan with no APR, psychologically similar. But
there's research on that it's like that.
Yeah, but so okay, fine. I get that. My only concern is calling it a payday loan is where the states want to regulate it and say that you can't do it, and
that there's ongoing discussions and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's when they're regulated and treated like that.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And I don't
think they.
No, because it's your money. Like you're earning them. You're taking money early. Yes, the mechanism
already works. There
you go. This is what I'm saying. It's not. I don't know why I'm going to pay you, right? Because a loan is almost. I don't know where I'm going to really pay you back from.
A loan or a payday loan is usually a payday advance.
Right.
Is what another way of saying it, right?
Right.
So that means I'm pulling out something from something I haven't
earned yet. Right.
Yeah, earned yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And unfortunately, look, I've been a victim. Well, I've had to do payday loans once upon a time. And the way that worked is it was my choice whether I paid you back at the end when I got paid. And believe me, the payday loan company doesn't want you to pay them back on the loan because the interest is so much more if you let it ride. If you pay it back on the payday, because a payday loan is, look, I need, $100 today. I'm going to pay you back in 7 to 14 days. Then it's okay, boom, done, right? But if you let it ride further, it becomes, I owe you 150 as soon as you pass that mark, So they want you to forget and not pay them. With EWA, you don't have a choice. You're taking from your wages, and it gets replenished back to the EWA company via payroll.
Yeah, it's completely different, man.
It's completely different. Like, I get how legislation and government wants to kind of play with that and, it's a payday loan. No, it's not really, because a loan, I have a choice of not paying that back to an extent. You know what I mean? Of making that payment when it's due.
And EWA is coming out. No
that
matter what
EWA, there's no way around it. You can't get around it.
Automatic.
It's automatic. Yeah. So, so the next one is people using EWA heavily are twice as likely to overdraft. But overdraft from where?
I want to challenge that. I think that's speaking to those 20 to 30% that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, are struggling. There's something right.
I think it's that group.
Right.
Right. Because even now the people out of service with EWA that use it, they're not overdressing like that. But I get a few calls here and there from employees every payroll. Hey, what can I access it? What can I access it? I'm like, hey, you're tapped out.
You're tapped out. And that's the good part of it, because that was one of the first things I asked when I first heard of daily pay years ago. I was like, so what, people could just tap out of their pay? And they were like, no. We give suggested guidelines, and companies have some play on how much they want to let employees use and not use, so I think that's very important. So yeah, you're right. I think that's probably that 20 to 30%. That's, and that's, it may not even be that they're bad with money. It could just mean that they're in a really tough situation.
In there.
Amen. But for real.
In there.
The last one is creates a continuous payroll expectation and it blurs pay period discipline. Yeah. Now, I mean, again, if you're paying your bills, if you're not in heavy debt, if you're putting 401k money away, right, you could have again, 72% have financial wellness because of this and are able to build a better life because of it.
Yeah.
So let me rephrase the category that I just covered. Over dependency, right? And the
potential concerns, right?
potential concerns, over dependency, And look, again, it might be how many folks. I mean, look, if some of y'all have never experienced this, have never, God bless you. It's like I had a coworker one time that never ate Spam. I was like, consider your life blessed. You know what I mean? Because I had to eat Spam growing up. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Consider yourself blessed.
I'll still eat it now, occasionally.
It's a delicacy to some folks still.
Yeah, because I think that you ever had Hawaiian barbecue? They make these little rolls with it.
With Spam, yeah, exactly. Hawaii is. I had a coworker that was lived in Hawaii, like she was born in Hawaii, and she's like, oh, that's at 7-Eleven, and that's like on the go food everywhere. That's part of the culture.
I would like hot dogs here.
Right.
They have that everywhere.
They have Spam. Exactly. It's really literally no different. It's just a different shape. So there you go. So just to wrap that section up or EWA up before we get just one last one, right? Oh gosh, no, we get to all of them now.
Yeah.
EWA, is EWA a benefit or a bandaid or an accelerator of financial fragility? I got a cough. I'm sorry. While you go, you answer while I do that.
All right. So I think that EWA is, definitely a benefit. First and foremost,
agreed.
It's a benefit. For some people, it may be a band-aid, and for some people, it may be an accelerator of financial fragility. Right.
But the stats
overall, the stats tell us it's a bill.
Yeah.
So, look, should payroll bill limits? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. With these things, right? Yep. Should companies pair EWA with financial literacy?
Yes. RAIN.
That'd be great.
RAIN does that. Yes.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to let you pick because we're running short on time here. We have two topics. So we could either talk about payroll, should it be its own department? Payroll should be its own department, true or false? Or we could talk about payroll should have a seat in the C-suite. What say you?
I think, look, let's just cut each section a little shorter because I think they go. Sure. I think they go hand in hand almost, right? Because I do believe that it should be its own department.
Okay, so let's talk about it then. So, it says that payroll should be its own standalone thing, right? Because payroll errors cost companies over almost $300 per employee per year on average.
That's yes. Conservatively, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. And so payroll is heavily compliance driven. This is saying that payroll is too risky to bury under HR finance.
Yes.
And look,
agreed.
Like you have someone who is super savvy in payroll, ninja, acrobat, whatever you want to describe yourself as, right? If you know what you're doing, and you could really lead a great department, a standalone department by itself. I've been in places where payroll stood alone in its own department. It didn't report to finance or anybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very rare.
I've been in one where it was a sub-department. We were a sub-department under finance, but recognized as a separate sub-department. We reported to finance, but we were payments. So it's payroll and AP.
So, yes. Yeah. So I don't know if you agree with this, right? Most HR and finance teams don't have a deep payroll.
Agreed.
Knowledge.
No, yeah, I'm looking at I was gonna say we actually need to let's talk deeply into this one because I like how it says IRS estimates 33% of employers make payroll tax mistakes annually. Payroll's too risky to bury under HR and finance. Did you say that already? Did I miss that?
Yes.
Okay.
The last one.
Okay. And then 40 to 60% of payroll is compliance driven. Absolutely. Yeah. And just like you said, most HR and finance folks don't have the deep payroll knowledge. Absolutely. It is a specialization. And then, it
has to be the burnout, right? So like it says 74% of payroll pros say that they are understaffed for their workload.
Yep.
When payroll sits under HR.
I don't think it matters. That happens under finance as well. But sure, that's the statistic. We're just sharing the stats, folks.
So this I love this last point, that standalone teams tend to have clearer roles, faster escalations, and better Q&A.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. But who do we report to, right? Because it's and that's why I said it goes hand in hand with the last subject, is then it has to have their own executive, right?
Yeah. So look, and then like arguments against it, it's just like some companies are so small that they just can't justify having
That
it full
understandable.
department. There might be some sort of integration between HR, payroll, and finance that may need to be streamlined when aligned under one leader.
Mm-hmm.
Budget can often limit headcount.
Sure. I mean,
Right?
but it's such a bad argument because it only really applies to small companies,
I get you.
right?
Yeah.
Because once you hit a certain mark, then you can't have this argument anymore. Like it's literally false only because you're maybe 100 under, maybe under 200 or 100 employees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where maybe a person wears multiple hats and, sure, and then so dig a little deeper. Does payroll's level of responsibility equal standalone status? Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
How should organizations decide readiness for a separate payroll department? I think headcount should determine it.
Yep.
Is the hybrid model? What's up?
Hold on.
No, go ahead.
Headcount, complexity.
I was thinking complexity too. Yes, you're right.
All those different things, like
yes,
especially when the finance team or HR team may not understand what's really going on.
Yep.
And you can have that structure built.
Yep.
I think it would be a dream world for a payroll pro to be able to build their team how they would need it for their environment.
Yes.
That would be like
to have the freedom.
Giving the reins.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna let's say this, and that.
Yeah, I like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Is the hybrid model, HR plus payroll plus finance shared leadership, a workable alternative? What does that mean? HR plus payroll, finance shared leadership.
Like it's saying, if there's like that one point said, if there's an integration between HR, payroll, and finance that may be streamlined when aligned under one leader, so that they want to have, I guess, the one leader at the top, and everybody kind of just like funnels under that one person.
Okay.
So you can have, let's say a VP of HR, and then you have the different managers. So you have talent acquisition, you have payroll, you have this, you have that, whatever. So.
Yeah. For me, I'm a big fan of operations being the executive for, being under the COO.
Okay, I got you.
Because I think that it allows for non-biased.
Yeah.
Right? And because if HR is the leader, is going to be biased. If finance the leader is biased, or again, maybe it's this. Maybe it's a VP of each under the COO. Right?
Perhaps.
Because again, and then it bleeds right into the last subject of should payroll have a seat in the C-suite?
We could just keep it sort of sweet, man. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it depends on the organization, man. I really don't know. I'm not against it. Hello, of course, I'm not against it, but I think it has to make sense.
There's one part of here I do want to speak to.
Go ahead.
It says that payroll should influence budgeting, headcount strategy, pay equity, workforce planning, M&A integrations, AI and automation strategy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's what it's saying, that could also be some of the reasons why payroll needs to have a seat in the C-suite, so we can discuss those things. But I get what you're saying, because, like you can have an SME in payroll that knows all of these things.
It needs an executive. I absolutely believe it needs an executive, but that could be a VP.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And again, maybe it's the size of the organization that dictates whether it has a CPO, chief payroll officer. I think we need to get Pete on here because he's a big advocate of the CPO, and let's have Pete tell us like why, what justifies, how would that dynamic look, and then in a world of having chief marketing officers and chief, other, like, yeah, no doubt. Then yeah, if you're gonna have that world, sure. For me, to simplify organizations, like, again, we're a little older, so I'm used to just seeing 3 C-suite: CFO, a CEO, a COO.
Yep.
That's it, right? And everybody else VPs in under those 3 C-suite seats, right? Yeah. So, but now there's a CHRO. Hey, in a world where you have a CHRO and a CMO, yeah, sure, C3, a CP. I keep wanting to say C3PO.
Yeah. That was CBB too.
A CBB? What's that?
Yeah, but the cheap biscuit baker.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Right.
I'm sorry, folks. It's Wolf's fault for screaming in your ears. Shout out to Troy if you're listening to that 5 a.m, my guy. I'm sorry if I made your car loud.
So with that being said, we because I have plenty more to talk about, but we want to be mindful of everyone's time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into a holiday. We're gonna get into a holiday edition of this or that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through it quickly because there's a lot of them. But
this
we're
is
gonna
quick,
say,
though.
Yeah, food edition.
No doubt.
Here we go. There's 15 of them. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Turkey or ham?
Ham.
Turkey for me.
Okay.
All right. Sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin for me.
Sweet potato for me. Stuffing or mac and cheese?
Well, this is going to be a slowdown because stuffing...
Or dressing?
No, right. So somebody tried to tell me recently that stuffing is one thing, dressing is another. So what's stuffing for you? Is it the bread and the meat and a meat?
So for me, I don't know, right? But I've always understood that one goes in the burger,
and that's the stuffing. That's what I just heard. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was the same thing. It's just some people called it dressing, other people call it. Anywho, I'm gonna say both as long as it's my mom's.
Yeah, both. I'll say the same.
Yeah,
both. All right, cranberry sauce, homemade or canned?
Homemade all day. Yes.
All right, eggnog, aka coquito. Or hot chocolate.
Easy coquito for me.
Coquito.
Yeah.
Yep. Ooh. Pecan or pecan pie or apple pie?
Pecan for me.
Yes, sir.
I mean, or both, really.
Yeah, I love a good apple pie.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say both, really. Yeah. I like pie.
All right, so mashed potatoes or candied yams?
Neither for me.
What?
Neither.
Whoa, give me both. No. Yeah, double the starch over here. All right, so collard greens or green bean casserole?
Collard greens for me.
Yes, collard greens. Give me. I mean, both are good.
Nope.
I gotta go with collards.
I don't like green bean collard greens for me.
All right. So do you want rolls or cornbread?
If it's fresh, both.
Okay. Yeah, I can have both. All right. Gravy or no gravy?
Gravy for sure. Again, fresh. I mean, actually, there's some good canned gravies. I'm sorry.
Homemade gravy.
Yeah, biscuits and gravy too, even better.
All right. So turkey legs or turkey breast?
I'm gonna go turkey breast because sometimes some turkey legs have like them cartilage in it, like a lot of cartilage and stuff in it. Yeah, I've been getting some bad calls on leg. Yeah, but hey, this is the meat. It's
give me a small turkey legs. I can defend myself too, just in case.
Oh, no doubt. Hey, right, both. So, let's go both on that.
Yeah, both. So this is for hams, right? So do you like honey baked ham or roasted ham?
I'm going to say honey baked.
I got to go with the honey baked.
Yeah. The sweet and the ham, yeah.
Christmas cookies or Christmas cake?
I don't know. Where is Christmas cake?
I don't know.
Oh.
Whatever cake you bake.
I'm going to say Christmas cookies.
I gotta go with the cookies too.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So rice and peas or big ziti?
It's rice and peas for me. Yeah.
Yeah. For Christmas, I don't know, man. Like
Unless
big ziti's good.
unless I'm going to an Italian Christmas Eve, which is 7 fishes, and it's got fish, and they're gonna have some ziti there, and I'm all in.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
if I'm, and you know, shout out to my family, my Italian fam, because I love that. I love those in New York. Woo, we used to go to. Oh man, I love that.
That's a Brazino.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 7 fishes, man.
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. So last one, leftovers. Do you keep them or toss them?
The next day is okay. After that, it gets a little
next day is okay?
tough. Yeah. It gets a little tough, depending on what it is. You know, what I really like is, and it's the same, my same family member, Donna. Shout out to Donna. She Italian, and she put me on to, not that this is Italian, but she used to put me on to the leftover sandwich, right? She put me on to it. She was like, hey, she was like, Brian, get you that good bread for the next day and make you a turkey and whatever you want, like boom, sandwich. And I was like, yes, that's a good one. So I did that. I do that. Like when I'm doing this year we're not gonna be at home, but when I'm in a home for Thanksgiving, I always make sure I get the good bread for the day after and have a good sandwich. And I'm putting everybody onto the sandwich the day after, you know? Yep. What about you?
Man, so for me, I'm okay. Cause look, I can eat the same thing for a few days.
Yeah.
But like, so 1 or 2 days after, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But after that,
Exactly. Yeah, it's gotta go. Yeah.
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 So especially if I cook a lot, like if people come over and I'm hosting, I'd be like, hey, just take.
First of
your
all,
place.
I'm trying to say yes. I'm trying to send you as much as possible. Yep, exactly. Take what you want, no doubt.
Yep.
Man,
All right,
that
man.
was fun. I
Well,
love that.
So let's end it. I know we usually have a quote or a question of the day, but let's end it with a thankful thought of the day.
I knew you were gonna do that, man. I'm thankful for where we are right now, man, in our careers, in this show, and I'm thankful for all the folks who reach out to us and provide us with that currency that gets us through, and that tell us, hey guys, I love the show. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing. You know, thank you for the contribution to payroll. I'm very grateful for all those folks that reach out and support. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Well said. I can barely add anything to it. I'm just grateful for, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, another opportunity. Grateful for you. Grateful for
Likewise, brother.
Connection that we have, this thing that we're building.
Yep.
How we stuck it out.
Yep.
And didn't quit.
Yep.
Even when there was times where we
we
had
were
this
ready.
conversation.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were like, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we stuck it out and we remained, and we, like you said, that currency of people just telling us that you guys are great, good. So everyone who's able, the listeners, thankful for you.
Yep.
All our guests that's been on.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Thankful for you.
Yes.
Everyone in the industry, associated with the industry.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you, and I'm grateful for you.
Yo, amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Until the next time, folks, we love you. Peace.
Peace.